Hello, get ready. We are going to build something awesome. So this is a motion comics builder. I have outlined it all right here. It is inspired by a project that I set out to make about 7 or 8 years ago, which is basically just like this idea that you can have a character and it can walk through a scene with a repeating background, and then you can include that in your site wherever you want for free. So I'm going to try to make this in about an hour. So it's going to be a lot of coding, a lot of design, and let's see how far we get, right? So I'm going to try to use as many like hacks and shortcuts as I can. What I'm starting with here is an empty folder with just like a basic initialized Git repository. And there's going to be some things that I have to do on the fly. So we're going to npm init just so we can have some packages there, and we should already have the license. We don't have it there. Okay, perfect. So now we have, oh geez. I just npm initted my, this is not a good start. My like default home folder. That's embarrassing. Okay, not the best start. I'll take care of that later. That should just leave us with, yeah, it was weird that I wasn't picking up the license. It's still not. Okay, whatever. We're good. Okay, so now we have our package JSON. Okay, so now we need some way to bundle our JavaScript because I think we might need an npm package. But is that really necessary? Because we don't need an npm package yet, so maybe we just don't do that. Okay, let's not do that. Let's build our page. So first of all, how it works, okay? Before we jump into anything else, how is this supposed to work? So at the top of the page is going to be this demo. Might not be the best way to present it, just the demo first. But we're going to have a demo where this sailboat is moving through the water and then repeating, right? And then it's coming back and it's repeating again. And then the pitch is that you can do this yourself by using your own images, creating an animation, in 10 seconds and adding it to any website instantly. I'm going to admit this isn't the best pitch ever. I need to like reorganize this content. So let's not even focus on that. Let's just focus on creating the demo, right? And even more than that, let's focus on how to make your own. So this is the key part down here that is all the functionality. So what you're going to be able to do is upload a background image, upload a character, and then you're going to drag your character onto the canvas. And what our app is going to do is it's going to record your dragging motion, and then it's going to repeat that over and over again. And yeah, I think it's going to be the animation will start recording. I was going to have it be a 10-second thing of recording, but this is going to be the animation will start recording, and then when you drag it off of the canvas, it will stop. So it's pretty simple. It might not like, satisfy everyone who wants to make an animation, but it's a pretty simple idea. So that's what we're going to do. And then this is the code that you can copy and paste onto your own site to make it work. Okay, so let's get started. We just really want the demo. We don't need all this like all this design yet because we're not even sure about the final design. So let's get our index file in here. So we're gonna actually let's just commit what we have so far. So we're just gonna say like initial, and we're just gonna commit that and publish our repository. No, we don't really need to keep this private. So we're just gonna push that out there, and now we're gonna create our index file. And here I have something copied here that's just going to be just a nice index file. And I think we're going to put our JavaScript in a folder because we might end up with a decent amount of JavaScript. And why not? We're going to do the same thing with our CSS. And it looks like I named those main and main. So we're going to do main.js. Main CSS, I mean, and main.js here. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is have a button. Really, it's a file input. So we're going to do type file. And we're going to have a label next to it. And again, we're not going to worry about design right now. If I get all the functionality done within an hour, I'm fine. So if it's by 5:15, okay? So we're going to have input type file. We're going to have a name for this. So this is going to be the background image. And we're going to say upload background image. Okay, and then we're going to have one for the character image, upload character image. Okay, cool. And now we're going to have our canvas. So we'll just call it a canvas. It's not going to be a real canvas. It should be a real canvas, you know, like a canvas element like that. That would be the better way to do it, but we're not going to do it that way because even though I've worked with canvases before, I'm not an expert in them. So we're just not going to mess around with that black magic right now when we're trying to build something quickly. And we're going to have our character in here too. So we're going to have, and we're going to give these IDs because there's no way that there's going to be more than one. I say that right now, but there actually is with the demo and everything. Okay, so character. But yeah, let's just stay focused, right? Okay, and we'll end that div there. And let's just indent this so it's easier to keep track of. Okay, so we have the basics of everything we need. And let's just give this like, I guess, yeah, let's not get into a bad habit quite yet. So we're just going to copy these over to our CSS, give them hashes so that we can select them. And our canvas, we have a default size for that, that we want. And let's get rid of this too. We don't really need that. Demo except to inspire us. Yeah, let's leave it up. It's inspiring. Okay, so we have GitHub and we're gonna just open up this index. Probably want this running on a server instead of, you know, on a file from the local disk. Why? Just in case we want to like load external resources, sometimes, I don't know, it's better for that. Oh, and of course for auto reloading. Although I don't have, where's my auto reloading? I don't have my auto reload here. That sucks. Okay. Well, I have like an extension that does that. But I don't have it right now. I think it's called live reload. No, it's not. It's not called live reload. This is like the default one, but it's not, it doesn't do things the way that I want it to do things. It requires like a separate setup, which I don't think is necessary. It's called something. Oh, this looks like a good one. I've never used this one. But there's one that I've used that I feel good about, so I just want to use that one. Kind of sucks that I'm spending time doing this when I don't really need it. So we're just going to ignore it. Okay, so we have choose file, and then, yeah, we can put those on separate lines. Yeah, so let's make all labels display block. Display. Apparently I can't type right now, and I don't know why my syntax highlighting isn't working, but we're not going to worry about that right now. And we're just going to give this a margin bottom of 2 rem because it just is nicer that way. And then our canvas is going to have a background color. Why is this is set to JavaScript? Just set it to CSS, please. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Okay, and we're going to just do background of 222 there. And we don't have the size yet, which is what I was getting, 400 and 240. So we're going to do a width of 400 px. And if you're wondering if I've like done this already? I haven't. This is a fresh project that I'm just doing live. And this, I believe, is 72 by 72. Okay, so we're going to do width. I like doing width first because that's just usually how people describe things, as width and then height. So it's kind of like a standard. And we're going to give this a background color as well. And I don't really care that it's red. Okay, perfect. So now we can center this in the middle of the page. The easiest way to do that is just to add a container. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to add a container div. And I'm already regretting using IDs because I just don't like them. I never use IDs. So I don't know why I decided to use them here, but it's not really an issue. We're going to give it a 600 pixel max width, and we're going to center it in the screen with margin 60 pixels and auto. Now we should be centered. Great. So now we have the ability to drag this character onto the canvas. And what we really don't want actually is for the character to be on the canvas by default. So I don't know exactly why I did that, but let's just move them off. And we're going to do that. Perfect. Now we're going to open up our console so we have access to the JavaScript console here. And we're going to give actually this a little bit of separation. So we have the canvas. We'll grab this margin bottom here and do that. Okay, so now what we really want to know is when, well, two things. We want to be able to drag this character. So how do we allow ourselves to drag the character? I think there's something, and I really don't know. I think it's like this, draggable. No, okay. Draggable. I think there's a native HTML thing, though, I think. Draggable. Can be dragged. Okay, draggable can be true or false. True or false is mandatory. Okay, interesting. So I can do like this. True, maybe? Wait, did that? Is that how it's supposed to be? I mean, I guess. So this might not be the best way to do it, but it's supported. Working with draggable HTML. Oh, I really don't know. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is a jQuery thing. We've got this one. Okay. So that's not exactly what we want. Okay, so we're gonna do. Okay. The next thing we really want. So I don't know if this draggable thing works. But what we really want is, are these hitting each other, which is called something. It's not conflict, obviously. It's a. You're probably screaming at me right now. What is this called? Collision detection. Collision detection JavaScript. Okay, 2D collision detection. Okay, so this should be relatively easy. Yeah, because we have a rectangle. So yeah, I mean this is what we want, but there's a couple problems here. So one, like the image we upload might not be exactly 72 by 72. So like it might like be in the bottom left corner of this rectangle, and then when we drag it on here, it might not be exactly. But whatever, we're gonna ignore that for now. But the other thing is the rectangle actually moving as I'm dragging it? which I'm not sure that it is. So that's the most important thing. So let's do a set interval. And I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm almost positive it's not. So we're just going to confirm our suspicion by doing a console log, and we're going to just grab the character. So we're going to do document. We'll do a query selector. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to do character equals. Sometimes, for some reason, character is really hard to spell for me. So what do we want here? We want the top position and the left position, but there's no way that it's moving. I mean, we can see here that the CSS isn't being changed or anything. Okay, so I'm going to do JS. Well, how could I test this? Just in case, because if it works automatically, like I would like to know. So we're going to do character element, style, and then top. I mean, that's the only way I can think that maybe it's changing the top, but I think it's a ghost, right? I don't think it's console log. Okay. Yeah, so it's not, okay, so get position of ghost element drag JS, draggable, is that what we want? Yeah. E. Okay, well, I mean, E, mouse move. Yeah, but this isn't what I want. I don't want the position of the mouse, right? So that's important to understand, because if I mean, it could be when the mouse enters the canvas, but really we want it when the character enters the canvas, right? So like here, we want it to start the animation, not here, right? Because this is when the mouse enters right there, but this is when the character enters. So I don't know, it's like not that important, and like maybe we just don't care. But I don't know, I think it's kind of good to care about that. I mean, I'm not like attached to it super much though. Set drag image, setting custom ghost image, ghost element. No, I don't know if this is right. So we're gonna do drag element JavaScript. Is this gonna tell us draggable? Don't you dare tell us draggable. Oh, okay, it didn't. And it has like a custom thing here. Interact. Drag and drop, resizing, multi-touch. So this is actually kind of cool, because like this is like honestly where every project goes off the rails. Okay, this is nice. This is so nice. But it's just like this gives us so many options now, that it just makes it tempting to like add resizing and stuff. But not a big deal. Let's just add this, right? So restrict rect parent. Okay, that's I don't know if it's actually restricting it to the parent. And only. Huh. I don't know what that means. Enable auto scroll. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. Event. Query selector P. So this is on end. Move to distance of. Oh, okay, that's cool. So it's gonna update that so it can tell us. And move, drag, move listener. So this is gonna give us target set attribute data x. So this is gonna, oh, what? Is this responsible? Keep the drag position. No, this isn't responsible for actually dragging it. So this is giving us translate the element. No, this is actually translating. This is responsible for the dragging? Transform, translate. Yeah, I think if I removed this, I don't know. It's difficult to know. So let's just use this. Pro. Oh no, they have a pro. Smoothest. Swappable. Okay, cool. So I don't need any of that. That's good. Not that I wouldn't pay for a pro, but just I couldn't distribute it to other people as a pro. You know, under a pro license, right? So getting started after installing the library. So this might be where npm is required, but no, we have this. I don't ever know which one to use, JS deliver or unpackage, but we're gonna just use this one. And we put it at the bottom of our page like like old school ballers. Okay, so we got that. And that's it. That's all we should need. Oh, we have everything there. That's unfortunate. But not bad for a demo. So we're just going to use that. And let's go back to the docs. And we want draggable. Start, move. Okay, so this is weird. I mean, it's fine, but it's weird that you're responsible for the dragging. Axis. Okay, well, I'm fine with that. So let's just grab this. Why do they define it as a const and then they're changing the properties? I mean, I guess, but I'd rather it just be a regular variable. I mean, I know you can always change the properties on a const object, but it doesn't make sense to me why you would define it as a const if you're changing it. Okay, so here we go. Start, and actually what I really want to know is this. Especially these. Position Y. And I'm not sure if this is even going to work, but we're going to try it. Class draggable. You know what? I'm so tempted to just make these classes as well. I'm going to. Just before I get all caught up with this other stuff. I just never like using IDs. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, cool. Can't read, that's because we have this. Okay, cool. And we can drag it. Oh, this is amazing. This is cool. Okay, do we have collision detection here? We don't have a search here. Reflow, inertia, snapping modifiers, drop zone, resizable, draggable. Okay, but we should be able to get, what are we getting here? So if I just drag it a little bit, this is 1, and if I push it back this way, it goes minus. So we have our x and our y. And if I drag it up, that should be, okay, that's minus. Okay, so it's the change from where it is, but that's because it's the dx, I believe. So it's not like absolute position. Which means that it must be giving it a position relative, right? Draggable, style, transform. Oh, because it's, and yeah, it's not, it's relative because it's transforming it. That makes sense, of course. Style, transform. Okay, So what I want to look at is um, just the event. So let's look at the event. So we have all these button information. We have the client. Okay, so this is interesting. The client X and Y. This is the delta, which I believe is also what they're getting here, dx, dy. I believe it should be event. It's just on event? Yeah, it's just on event. Why am I not seeing it here? Event. dx. Where is it? Am I just totally missing it? I guess maybe it's on some higher level thing. Oh, here it is. Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe it's on some kind of prototype object that's higher up. Okay. So we don't really need any of this other stuff. X0, Y0. Is that the same as client X? It is. It's the same as client X, client Y, 0. And I believe why they have the 0 there is because you could be dragging more than one thing at the same time. And that's the same. It's not the same as this one. That's interesting. So what I'm curious about is if I drag it, yeah. So I want the client event.client, right? Okay, so if I drag this up here to the corner, what do I have in the client X, client Y? 41 and 52. Is that dependent on my mouse position? It is. It is dependent on my, so that's my mouse position. And of course I could get all of this by just reading the docs. But yeah, I'm too stubborn to do that, I guess. Local access, drag, enter, drag, leave, draggable. That's where we are. So there's no other, where is the other docs about this? API. Okay, so this is going to be drag, drop, event, drag. We don't have a drag? Draggable, there we go. Interactable. Do we have a get wrecked? It's funny, get wrecked. Draggable, on move, on end, start axis. Oh man, this is gonna be hard. I was kind of hoping that this wasn't gonna be hard. We're at 4:41, and I believe we have about a half an hour left of our original hour. So that's unfortunate. Intersection area. Yeah, I don't really care about that. I'm gonna handle that myself. Rect checker. Okay, get rect. Okay. Okay. So where is that? Interact dot get element rect. And if I pass in, yeah, let's make this a little wider. If I pass in this, we have left 280 top. Okay, and if I pass in this one, we're gonna get this. And let's get our collision detection. And we're going to say, let's actually, I don't know, just comment this out. And we're going to just write a function down here. It says like, it does collide. We'll say does collide. I like using an active verb for things that are gonna, or yeah, gonna return a Boolean. So we're gonna say element 1 and element 2. But we shouldn't call it element. We'll say element position. That's fine. Okay, and they are going to collide if these things are true. Okay, so that's pretty easy, maybe. Not sure. So we'll put this on the next line. I don't know why I'm spending time formatting this when I have so little time, but indeed, that's what I'm doing. Okay. So here we go. So we're going to get element position 1. So we're just going to replace all of the rect ones with that. There, 2. And our rect 2s are going to be, yeah, I probably should have had some reference to the fact that these are rectangles, but I can replace that later. And we have x and width and height, and here we have the same thing, except x should just be left. I think so. I'm not sure. But we have the width here. Left. Do we have x and y? Yeah, it should be that. It should be that. Okay, so yeah. That should be correct because they're adding the height to it. So y is going to be, it should be top because they're adding the height to it. And width, and they're adding the width to the x, so that should be the leftmost position. So we're going to do height plus top plus top. Okay, so now we can copy this. And I don't really care that I'm using element position 1 and position 2, so that's fine. And we are going to say console log does collide. Okay, and we're gonna say, this is rect, so we're gonna say rect 1. It's just funny that I'm going back to rect. Because I used element position down here, and I'm using recs up here, and I'm going to be passing in rect 1 and rect 2 here. It's just silly. Okay, so we have our character element. Yeah, so we need to continually call this. Oh, and this isn't going to work anymore because, yeah, that's the last thing I need to change for the classes. And we're going to say canvas, and we'll just move the canvas first. And is this called canvas? It is. Canvas, and we're going to get that, and I'm not sure if that'll work, but let's see. False, false, false. It works. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. Wait, what's going on over here? Okay, well, that sucks. I mean, it super sucks. I don't know what else to say. Rect 1, rect 2. Okay, so we're gonna keep that and do rect 1, rect 2. Okay, so here, let's just confirm that this is working. Yes. Right? Yeah, as soon as it goes over. Okay, so now over here, yeah. Okay, so this is saying true, it is colliding. And these are our measurements. So, and what are these? Rect 1 and Rect 2. Rect 1 is a canvas element, right? Oh no. Rect 1 is a, I don't know why I made it that way. But whatever, Rect 1 is the character. Okay, Rect 1 is the character, and the second one is the canvas. So this one's saying we don't really care about bottom, but we care about the height, the left, right, and there's a lie in here. So let's figure out the lie. So, and I'm pretty sure our calculator is correct about does collide, but I'm not positive. The mistake could be in there too. I guess I could check my logic there, but let's just see if there's an obvious lie here. Okay, so bottom 476. We don't care about what bottom. Height is 72. That makes sense. Width is 72. That makes sense. Left is 124. That looks about right. We don't care about right. And top is 404. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. That is 404. Now for our canvas, bottom is so we don't care about bottom. Height is 240. We set that. Width is 400. We set that. Left is 280, which should be more than the character, a lot more, right? So that makes sense. Right, we don't care about. And top is 166, which would be a lot less. Yeah. So it must be in the calculation. It must be, yeah. Which, of course, people probably will realize this way before me. Okay, so element position left. This is really going to trip me up that the canvas isn't first. So we're going to switch those. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, but it shouldn't matter. I mean, it really shouldn't matter to the calculations. Okay, so element position 1 left. Oh my goodness, left. Yes, that makes sense. Is less than. Oh, I can't make sense of this. Is less than element position 2. Element position 2 left plus the width. So I'm sorry, this is going to be backwards for you, but element position 2 left plus the element position width is going to be the end of it. So it's saying if it's over here, right? So it's, sorry, this is backwards for you, but it's saying, okay, is this side of element position 1 overlapping this one? Because if it's, is that what it's saying? If it's less than, I really don't know. Less than, if it's less than. So this is less, and this is less. So if it's less than this left side, oh goodness, did I just get this wrong in like a very basic way? Okay, let's go back. The thing is like I really just don't care about I feel like this was a complicated way to do it. Oh, they both did it the same way. Huh. Huh. Or square. I mean, like, I don't care about understanding it. I just want to use it. So I trust Mozilla. Okay. I don't know. Let's draw it out, right? Let's draw it out. I'm not opposed to drawing it out. Okay. So we have rect1, rect2. So this is saying, let's just actually label these. So this is 1, and this is 2. Okay, group and group. Oops, and group. Okay, so this is saying rect1x, so this is the left side, is less than, so it's less than rect2x, which is the left side, plus the width. Oh, okay, got it. So it's saying that this is, and let's make this a different color. So it's saying that this is like here, right? It's less than that. Okay, and rect1x plus rect1 width. Okay, so that's going to be this right side is greater than rect2x. rect2x. So it's saying that, yeah, I don't think that this is right. Rect1x. So it's saying that this right side, did I get it wrong? Did I copy it wrong? Rect1x, rect2x. No. Okay, so it's saying that this is in here. Oh. I think move the rectangle with the arrow keys. Blue means no collision. No, this works. This works. Wow. Okay, well, I actually like this arrows key thing. It's pretty nice. What is crafty? Okay, but anyways, I'm wrong. Mozilla's right. I mean, this obviously works, right? So what is this saying? And if collision detected, right? So it's green. Okay, so if red... I can't believe I'm doing this again and again. Okay, so if this x side is less than rect2x, which is the left side, plus the width, which means the right side. Okay, so if it's left, so if it's in there, and, so this is the part that trips me up. We got this and rect1x plus rect1 width, right? Which is exactly what we have here, okay, is greater than, okay, so this one over here needs to be greater than rect2x. Okay, so anywhere over here, it's saying it's not over here, right? It's saying that this right side is overlapping this, but it could also just be anywhere over here. So the first one is saying, okay, if it's a little in here and okay, here it is. Okay, I get it. So if the so the first two say, hey, you got to be at least overlapping me a little bit over here, and a little bit over here. So this is false over here, and we're not caring about the y-axis for now. And this is true, true, true. So once we get to here, we're true, 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 and false over here. Okay, and then the same thing for y. Rect 1 y, which should be the top of this, is less than rect 2y plus the height. So it's saying, hey, I got to be somewhere up here, right? And rect 1 height plus rect 1 y is greater than rect, yeah, so then somewhere in here. Okay, yeah, so that makes perfect sense. And let's just make sure I copied it correctly. So there's nothing wrong here from this perspective. Just add in a few more spaces here. Okay, so element 1, element 2, okay, element 1, x, element 2, x, element position 2, width, element position 1. So this one's good. Rect 1, left, yes. No, this is okay, so I messed that one up. That's element position 1 width. Okay, so I screwed up the algorithm. That was my bad. I'm just do left rect 1 top is less than 2 top 2 height 1 height plus 1 top is greater than 2 top. Okay, so now our algorithm should work. Now because of that one simple little mistake, it just wasted us like a million years of time. But that's okay. So now we got true, false, 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 true, false, false, oh, false, 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 true, false, 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 true, true, false, true. Okay, awesome, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so I don't know. I'll give myself another like 20, maybe 30 minutes to, okay. But now we know when it should start recording, which is perfect. We have the does collide. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And I'm not going to change any of these names. So let's just say collision detection, which shouldn't have been so freaking hard, but it was. Okay, now we need to upload our file and put it there, and upload our character and put it there. But really, more important than that is just the basic functionality. So I don't even really care about the uploading. If in the next 15 or 20 minutes I can just get the recording and the playback working, I will be more than happy. So we're gonna say history equals this. It's going to equal an array, and I believe we're just going to store the character's position and then play it back. And what we really care about is just the translate. Yeah, this is what we really care about, is this. So we're just going to store this in history. Let's say translation. Translation. And we'll just set that to this. And then we're going to just push this into here. Oops. Translation. Okay, so if we do that, we should get a very long history. Even just for a simple movement, right? Okay, so that's fine. Because we're not going to worry about performance for this first thing. So this should be it. This should be everything, right? So we should be able to say, Actually, so what happens if we like put it in and put it out? Then we're gonna stop recording, right? So I think we have to say if does collide. Then we're gonna do the history push, right? And we need to put that afterwards because we don't have translation until it's defined. And then we can just play it back. So let's get a button here. Button. Can I do that? No. I don't like autocomplete, so I don't turn it on, but sometimes I like wonder if it's on. Okay, so we're gonna say playback, exclamation point. And we're gonna say play button, and it's gonna be a regular, ordinary button. Yeah, we're not gonna have any styles right now. And we're gonna say document. Actually, let's get all of our elements up here. So we're gonna say play button element equals. I miss jQuery. I really do. It's so fun. Okay, so we're gonna do an add event listener and click and we'll just do anonymous function here. Event. We don't really need to prevent default, so we're good. Ooh, and what are we gonna do here? All we're gonna do is just loop through the history. Of course, this isn't gonna work, right? But let's just do it anyways. So we're gonna do let's do history length first. I've heard that this can like improve performance slightly. So we're gonna just grab the length of it ahead of time because it runs every time, in a for loop, it runs every time. And getting the length, I think, is more expensive than just having it predefined. Okay, so we're gonna say let, I don't know actually what's more performant, let or var in here, but we're gonna say let I equals 0, this is the one that determines whether it keeps going, so we're gonna do I is less than history length, I plus plus, and of course this isn't gonna work because I think it's all gonna happen too quickly. I mean, it's gonna happen instantly, right? There's gonna be no time for the animation to play. Yeah, so I don't think this is gonna work at all. But let's just do it anyways. I actually don't think we're gonna see anything happen. Okay, so we're gonna do current translation equals history I. So that should loop through all of them and then apply this back. Okay, so now if I do this, I have the history. Oh, I don't have the history anymore. I don't I don't have the history. History push. Oh, because they're not colliding. Perfect. Okay, so now boom, boom, boom. I should have the history, and now if I play back, translation is not defined. Yeah, current translation. Okay. Playback. Oh, it didn't like catch the. Oh no. Okay, I got it. So it's setting it back to the last place where it collided. Kind of. It's it's not perfect, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, a couple of annoying things. Couple of annoying things that I can think of right now. And we're gonna just add these to our to-do. We're gonna have a to-do file, and we're gonna just say like the character shouldn't display if it's outside the canvas. And we're gonna just put this under playback. And this is gonna be a difficult one because we need to like put it inside the canvas, but then we need its translation value to be relative to that. So it's gonna be a whole huge pain in the ass. But we're not gonna be worried about that right now. So we have this playback thing. I think what we can do here is add a game loop. So I think there's a simple way. Let's look at Stack Overflow. No, I don't care about that because it didn't have request animation frame. Oh, they're using set timeout. That's weird. I think it's just the request animation frame calling itself, but why do they have the cancel animation? Oops. Why separation of concerns? Okay. Why are they using a set interval with a request animation frame? It's just weird. Let's look at Mozilla again. Okay. Building a better main loop. Start the cycle. Okay. Stop main, cancel animation frame. That's my, if you can hear, that's my little baby crying in the background because he's hungry and he's about to get fed, but he doesn't have his food yet. So I wish I had time to read all of this, but I don't have time to read all of this. This is what I want. I want the tick length, and I don't want to read all of this. I'm sorry, Mozilla. I just want like a really simple game loop that I can just pop in. But I really need my timing. You know, I want like control over the timing. I don't want it to just be instant. You know what I mean? So this, yeah, this is what's this giving. That's what this is giving me. So yeah, let's just grab this. FPS. Huh. Oh, this is just giving me the FPS. Well, that's not really that useful. I think this isn't letting me control the FPS. It's just writing out the FPS on a canvas. Yeah, that's not that useful. Okay, well, I mean, this is the core of it. I don't know. I think this is gonna be too fast, but I mean, we'll see. Uh, so how do I do this? I think I'll do this in here. I don't want to define a function over and over again. But I want this to loop through the entire history. So I guess I could do this. And then Um, I just want it to work right now, so I'm gonna just get rid of this. Okay, so history length +1. So I think um, this isn't what I want. I want the. This is so silly. So we're gonna have current loop outside of it. So then we don't need this. And we can do that. I don't really think actually we need any of that actually. Yeah. So okay. So we're gonna say if this, then we'll return, because that'll mean it's over. And I guess we'll increase the current loop there. We'll pass in. No, we don't need that there. Game loop, because it's a global. And we can delete this. And do this. Okay, well, I'm not sure, but maybe that'll work. Let's see. Playback. No. Well, at least it didn't error, right? So let's see what is going on here. We have the history. If I click this, it should call the game loop. It should say, so history length, or let's look at current loop. Current loop is, oh, of course it's less. If it's equal, right. It should continue if it's less. So if it's not less, meaning it's equal, then it should return. Okay, my bad. Okay, playback. It worked. Oh my goodness, it worked. It's so fun. Oops, I just refreshed. Oh, that's so much fun. And it kind of like plays back at like, I don't know, like it's kind of smoother than what I did. Oh, that's so much fun. I'm very excited about that, and I'm like right on time. So I don't have the ability to upload. What we were gonna do is we were gonna use the data URL, right? I don't know what you call that data URL for an image. But like we can get that from the like file upload. I think it's like a base 64. But yeah, we can get that from the image, right? So we'll get that from the background image, we'll get that from the character image. So it's all going to be encoded in the code, right? So we don't need to upload it to a file or anything. We'll insert those images here. We'll allow people to drag it like this. And I wonder, I can add to the history, right? So if I do this and then I loop around again. Yeah, that's neat. Okay, so then I could export this code, which would not be much code. I don't need the interact, right? Because that's only for the ability to drag it, which when you're exporting it, you're not going to need on your site because you just want the animation on your site. I'm not going to need the collision or anything. All I'm going to need is the history, so all of the translations. And yeah, that's it. I mean, I just need the history, and then I need the ability to play it back with the game loop. So I'm not sure if I should control the timing more with this. It seems kind of okay for now, but yeah, I don't know. This was super fun. I really enjoyed creating this. It wasn't a lot of code. It was just very little code, and I was able to create, oops, a pretty basic app. And yeah, I'm gonna release this maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Okay. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.